What would happen to a world if all of our heroes died? Welcome to the Complete Story Series, where we take trade paperbacks and single issues and we break them down into digestible bites to help you understand. Then we read it dramatically back to you. All alterations to the panels, text, and images are to prevent copyright problems, and all art is owned by its respective companies. Don't forget to support the industry that brings us these great books, guys, by buying these stories online at Comicsology or going to your local comic book store. This is the story of Earth 2, Volume 1, The Gathering, also located in issues 1 through 6. The world is almost lost. Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman are doing their best, but we've lost so many. Parademons are everywhere, and Darkseid has gone on and invaded all of this world. And he's winning. But Batman has one final plan. With Wonder Woman, the last of the Amazons, screaming her battle cry, and Superman's mind occupied by the loss of Lois Lane, Batman scales one of the transmitting towers with Robin as his backup, and Supergirl overwatching a military unit transporting a nuke as a last-ditch effort. As Batman fires a gun through the head of a parademon, and Wonder Woman cuts the head off another, Mercury, the messenger of the gods, delivers a message. Diana, the gods joined the battle, but they have fallen. Few of us even remain, but we fight for the human race. He then leaves the area just as Superman is becoming overwhelmed by parademons, and Steppenwolf boom tubes onto the scene. Superman watches in horror, and he tries his best to warn Wonder Woman, but it's too late. She takes a blade through her back, cutting her through the stomach. He can only watch in horror as she falls to the ground dead, and furious he shouts, "Steppenwolf, I'll kill you!" But he can't even finish the sentence as he explodes in power. Steppenwolf smirks. "No, Cal, you won't." Meanwhile, across the world, Supergirl loses contact with her cousin, and she leaves the humans with the nuke to fend for themselves as she flies off to check on her family. Sergeant Pratt tells his men to stand strong as they take out these parademons and they try to get their nuke to its destination. Back with Batman and his daughter Helena, also known as the Robin of this world, he tells her to leave him, get away. Once he puts this virus into the tower, it will self-destruct, and he won't get away in time. With tears in her eyes, she begs her father not to leave her. She already lost her mother, Selina. "Don't, Daddy." "There's no don't today either. I must. Oh, my brave, wonderful soldier, live for me." And with that, Helena screams, "No!" And the tower that Batman is in explodes. Supergirl flies up just as the whole event happens, and they both see a boom tube opening. Assuming that it's Steppenwolf back to battle, Supergirl and Robin fly straight into it, and they vanish into the night. All of the parademons hit the ground, and the battle was over. Darkseid's troops would no longer be able to boom tube onto this world. That was the day that this world lost its superheroes, its wonders. There aren't any left, and they've all perished in this battle with Apocalypse. 5 years have now passed, and the world will try to begin and heal. But this isn't a safe haven. This isn't the end. Our new tale begins with a man named Jay Garrick, as he watches what happens to be a falling star hit the ground. He runs over, and before him is Mercury, the messenger of the gods. "Listen closely, human. I am the last of the gods. My brethren all died aiding Diana, Wonder Woman as you knew her, and defeating the hordes of Steppenwolf." "But that's crazy! How could we have not have seen that?" "Quiet, boy. I am the speaker of the gods, and you put me to shame. My time is short. I have escaped where I was being held captive to warn all of humanity of the danger coming to Earth and its people. The task ahead will need heroes." "Wait, heroes? To fight an even greater threat than Apocalypse invading? How can we? Earth simply doesn't have any left. We lost our trinity of wonders, Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman. It's time for a new age to begin, Jay Garrick. New heroes and new wonders. And I bestow on you my powers." Hermes points his finger at Jay, and a bolt of lightning shoots out, hitting the young boy. As it settles down, Jay looks in shock as he now has a full costume on him. Then, Hermes begins to die, and the World Army appears, telling Jay to stay put. But Hermes' last words to him are, "You can't trust anyone. Run!" He runs as fast as he can until he ditches the helicopter, and he ends up in the city where he happens on a couple being attacked by Apoca-rats. He beats down the rats, and he tells the couple in his speed, "Don't worry, I'll have you out of danger in a flash." And as he leaves, the couple wonders who that man was, because the only word that they heard was Flash. Jay keeps running around the world until he ends up in Poland, where he discovers that he has some problem stopping, and that's when he meets another new wonder. Someone introducing herself as Hawkgirl. "Are you an angel?" "Yeah, I have a hawk's cowl and mask." "No, I'm not an angel." They talk for a minute, and she explains that fate showed her to him. and they'll need to team up soon, but he'll need some training first. When suddenly, all around them, everything begins to die. Meanwhile, across the world in China, a man named Alan Scott is traveling into the mountains to finally be alone with his boyfriend. He has plans to marry him, and as he holds the ring up to propose, the bullet chain explodes and it crashes into the ground. Alan wakes up that night with half of his body burned and an untold number of broken bones, and tears running down his face as he calls out for Sam, his fiancée. But a green flame appears to him. "Alan Scott, you are the one. Allow me to take your pain and mend your body." "I don't care about that. Please help me find Sam. I need to find him." "I am sorry, Alan, but your lover is gone. We were only able to save you. My task was to protect you for the role that you are destined to play. An evil will soon be upon this world, which if left unchallenged will destroy all life. I am the embodiment of Earth's energy, and in truly dark times a champion is chosen." Wait, in truly dark times you pick a champion? Why didn't you pick someone for the war with Apocalypse? The Earth had a champion then. They had the Sun God. Superman? Now that he is gone, I need you to stand in his stead, Alan Scott. I need you to be Earth's new defender. And with that, Alan Scott becomes the new Green Lantern. And as a way to honor Sam, the wedding ring that he was going to give him becomes his new Green Lantern ring. But if the green has chosen its champion, so will the gray. And Grundy has been called upon to rise. He begins to rise on the world on the lawn of the White House as he destroys it with the very essence of death. Green Lantern begins to move towards the rot. The green is telling him where to go, while Hawkgirl grabs onto Jay Garrick and they follow the rot all the way back to Washington, D.C. As they arrive, Hawkgirl begins to blast Grundy by blowing his head up with her pistols, and Flash stops himself by running into the rubble of the White House. Hawkgirl tells him to get the civilians out of here because he isn't trained for this kind of thing yet. This could kill him. But Flash calls out to her, telling her to stop. She could die and he needs answers. She tells him not to worry, she's not dead yet. She swoops in, blasting Grundy through the chest and again in the face, but Grundy reaches out and he easily grabs her by the throat, prepared to end this little fight. That's the moment that the Green Lantern flies in and he uppercuts Grundy, ripping him in half with the green flame of Earth. No more! There's been enough death for one day. Just a wild guess, I assume you're the Green Knight he's looking for? I'm the Green Lantern. Grundy gets up and he throws the Green Lantern into the ground. And when you're dead, no one will care! While Flash is running around saving people, Hawkgirl takes off trying to shoot Grundy off the Green Lantern. When the news comes over the big screen, asking the world, is this the beginning of a new era of wonders? The Green Lantern tries again and again to beat on Grundy, but he just keeps reforming, so Alan has no idea what to do next. He doesn't need the answer though, as the Atom lands on top of Grundy using his full size of his fully grown body. Threat neutralized, he says as he lands. Sergeant Al Pratt sees the other wonders, and Hawkgirl knows exactly what this is. The Atom works for the World Army. "I'm not going back, Al," she shouts as he reaches out grabbing for her. "I have my orders, Kendra." Then turning to the Flash and the Green Lantern, he tells them, "By the authority of the World Army Council, I order you to stand down." He swats the Green Lantern away, and Jay realizes that it's time for him to do more than just save the civilians. At lightning speeds, he jumps up and he begins to kick and punch the Atom until he knocks his helmet off and he frees Hawkgirl. As the Atom falls to the ground, he says, "You're gonna pay for that." "Oh yeah, bully," the Flash says as he lands on the ground. That's when the Atom gets up for round 2, but the rot begins to overtake him. "What's happening to me?" "Threat is dead? Grundy? Stupid man! I've been dead all along!" Grundy shouts as he begins to wrap and bury the Atom. The Green Lantern returns at that moment and he tells his 2 new friends, "You guys save the Atom, I'll take care of Grundy." And the team flies in for round 2. Alan Scott begins flinging green fire from the earth at Grundy, throwing him off while Hawkgirl and Flash get the Atom out of his little hole, and they discover that he's shrunken down. "I can't believe that you saved me, Kendra," the Atom says as he gets up. "Why not? We're wonders, aren't we?" "That makes us heroes," the Flash says, and the whole group reassembles ready to face off with Grundy. The Green Lantern tells the 3 of them to hold Grundy back, and he'll return. He hopes. And if he doesn't, tell the world that he died fighting for it. With everyone fighting on the surface, the Green Lantern communes with the green, the earth, and he contacts the gray, death. He pleads with the gray to stop, while it pleads with him to join them, and they will present to him Sam, his lost lover. If he stops fighting the gray, they'll give him what he desires back. Out in the real world, Flash, Hawkgirl, and Atom are trying their best to stop Grundy, but his power is too great. Fungus, death, and rot are forming all around them, and no matter how hard they try, Grundy is getting closer and closer to Alan Scott's body as he traverses the elemental forces. Inside the elemental forces, Alan is finally getting Sam back, and he holds him close. He could let go now, rest forever in here with the green, the gray, and with Sam. This is paradise, and he feels such joy from being here. But then, he remembers where he is. This isn't paradise, this is nothingness, and this isn't Sam. Is that the best you have, Gray? You cannot win. You cannot defeat Grundy. I thought that too, until you told me how. The Green Lantern breaks out of the elemental landscape and he grabs Grundy. The Gray is done, and so are you. He takes off and he begins to launch him into space as Grundy struggles hard. Problems on the ground aren't done though, as Hawkgirl turns to Flash. With Grundy gone, Atom will turn to his secondary orders. The Flash looks back at her. Secondary orders? So the Flash grabs her and they get out of Washington as fast as they can. Damn it, Kendra! You can't run forever! The Atom shouts as he pulls his mask off. Up in space, Alan Scott can feel the green weakening as he gets farther and farther from Earth, until eventually, he only has enough power to push Grundy to the moon. Then, he floats freely in space, and he begins to fall back down to the Earth. He accepts his fate, but as he falls into the atmosphere, Hawkgirl catches him. She brings him down and he shoots the ground with a full blast of green, basically giving the Earth a booster shot. This is it, the Flash says. We're all wonders. We could be the new Trinity. Well, there could also be 4 of us if we ever convince the Atom to join up. Sorry, Flash. I don't agree, Green Lantern says, holding his hands up. I don't need either of you. What? We just saved you back in the sky a minute ago. Yeah, and I thank you for that. But I don't plan on playing Icarus again. So there's nothing else that can stop me. We're done. And he flies off. The Flash turns to Hawkgirl. What do we do now? And that is the beginning of the Earth 2 storyline located in the New 52. Like I said, this is Volume 1, The Gathering, or it's issues 1 through 6, depending on how you want to pick it up. Personally, Earth 2 is one of my favorite long-running storylines, and since we started this, we're going to be doing this story for quite a while. I think there's 6 to 7 normal trades for it, plus there's Earth 2 World's End, and now there's Earth 2 Society. So start reading if you want to get ahead of me. I'll see you guys next time right here.